I am your freshman administrator, Mr. Chad Smith Jr. This is my first year at WJ Keenan High School. I am very excited to be here with you all as we are all coming in here together. At this current time, I'm going to introduce your principal, Mr. Vondre T. Whaley.
Hey, freshman class, I just to say a few words and then we'll continue on. This is a big time for you guys. This is very big. You started off in kindergarten, elementary, on up through middle school, and now you're here. This is something that's big, it's huge, and you guys are to be congratulated because you've made it this far. But now I want you to think for a moment. I want you to think about the individuals who are who have taken care of you. Think about the individuals who have encouraged you. These people have invested in you as an individual, and you have to respect that. When I say respect that, you need to consider, how do I show respect in this case? You show respect by getting the job done. You show respect by doing what's required for you to get to the next step, which is to get your high school diploma. Get your correct 24 credits so you can get that diploma and go and change the world. Now, we're in COVID season. This is a pandemic. Expect change. Change is how you grow. Your character is based on how you deal with that change. And here at WJ Keenan High School, we say this all the time. We are champions. We truly believe that our young people will change the world. Now, with that, we're going to provide the support. We're going to provide the resources. We're going to provide the encouragement for you to get the job done. But you have to make the decision to get it done, even through a pandemic. There's one thing I can say about the team here at WJ Keenan High School. You're going to be with individuals who truly care about you. When I say they care about you, they're going to assist you with the right and they're going to assist you with the wrong. So understand that you're in a great place to do amazing things. That's the expectation. We expect you to get online every single day at 9 o'clock and be prepared. We expect you to participate. We expect you to go beyond the average because at WJ Keenan High School, we are all about leadership. Again, we're all about leadership. And when you are leading the way, sometimes you have to move differently, which means you can't do what everyone else does. If you're a leader and you're moving different, you can't do what everyone else does. You have to move differently. And that is, again, the expectation. We're excited, whether it's, virtual, whether we're hybrid, or whether we're face to face. We will learn with style and grace. It's a Keenan thing. And I know some might not understand it, but this is where we are. We're excited. Your teachers are ready for you on Monday. Your administrators, support staff, we're here to ensure that you are successful. We're not playing around with this. We're very, very serious. We have people that's going to make sure you have a great experience. High school is, some of the best times of your life. And even though we're starting off in a virtual environment, you're going to find out that this is going to be some of the most exciting times. This is where you develop the foundation. This is where you figure it out. This is where you develop some goals that will take you throughout the rest of your life. This is where you will get challenged to gather the necessary skills that you can take and do some great things. And part of that is, discipline, establishing a routine. Anything you do is going to take discipline. In order to be successful, you're going to have to devise a plan, do some research, and act on it without distraction. High school is where you get that done. You have to get your basic foundation. Establish the discipline to get it through your classes. Now, every class you may not like. I mean, I didn't like social studies when, I was in ninth grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. But I had to make it through. I had to do what was required to be successful. It's going to be hard at times. You just have to dig in because the prize is getting your high school diploma. Because remember, you don't want to let those people down. I mean, you got people that, are working very, very hard to put clothes on your back. You have people that are working very, very hard, so you have a place that you call home. You have people that have taken the opportunity to pull you aside and say, hey, you're a great young man, you're a great young lady. I like what you're doing. Congratulations. You have people that have invested in you, and they expect nothing less but greatness. And it's up to you to respect that and make the decision today that I'm going to handle my business. And that may require me to do things a little differently. And I understand that, you have a lot of peer pressure. And sometimes peer pressure can be good, but oftentimes peer pressure can be bad. You have to understand and rise above that, and that you're above the clouds. And the great thing about being above the clouds is that you can look down and you can see the rain. But you have to understand that you have to do the right things in order to be successful. And sometimes that requires being selfish. And if you're selfish, say, hey, I'm not going to do what y'all got going on over there because I understand, what my goals are. I understand what I need to do. I'm going to participate in class. I'm not playing games. I'm going to communicate with my teachers so they'll know, that I'm interested. They'll know that I care about my grades. They know that I want to do something different in life. I'm going to take the time to study for real. That's one of the biggest things that ninth graders have. They've never studied for real. When I say study for real, I'm talking about literally, blocking out some time each day. Say, hey, I'm going to focus on my math. I'm going to focus on my English. I'm going to literally write down notes and things I don't understand. So when I get back to my teacher, I can effectively communicate what I don't understand. Teachers are there for you, but they need to know if you're having problems or if you're having issues. If you're sitting in a virtual classroom or even a physical classroom and you're not saying anything and you're not understanding what's going on, how's the teacher going to know? If you wait till it's time to take the test or time to take the quiz, that may be too late. So you need to have those conversations with your teachers. Hey, I didn't understand this part. Can you break it down for me? And your teacher may explain to you. Your teacher may give you some options. Well, I'm having some after school help here. Maybe we can get together in this virtual meeting. I got 3 other kids who also need to, brush up on this and get a better understanding. I need you in this group. If you put forth the effort and take the time, you can master anything. Trust me, during this pandemic, I've mastered the art of painting. During this pandemic, I've even put together a couple words to become a rap artist. Make sure you check out my new single, Never Underestimate the Heart of a Raider. But if you take the time to figure things out, you can master it and be successful. Understand, success is just a numbers game. It's all statistics. It's all about the numbers. If you do the same thing over and over and over and over again, you have no choice but to be successful. If you come in class every single day and you put your head down, you don't pay attention, you successful at putting your head down, you successful at not paying attention. You are a success. But if you come in class, you pay attention, you ask questions, you do your homework, you're going to be successful in that class. Life is the same way. No matter what you decide to do, it's a numbers game. If you build relationships with the right people who are in the pharmaceutical industry to be a pharmacist, you build relationships with those people, you're going to get to the point where doors are open and you'll be a pharmacist. But you have to build relationships. Right now, your job is to build relationships with your teachers, communicate, develop the discipline skills and the routine where you can be successful in all of your ninth grade classes. You also need to start developing some foundational goals and start thinking about, hey, what do I want to do with this life? What contribution that I'm going to give to the world? What's going to be the thing that makes me different? What's going to be, that thing that sets me apart from other people? That's your challenge. And you need to start thinking about those things now, especially when you have a little time with the pandemic and you're probably home more than usual. Write this down. Literally take out some paper, write down your goals. What am I going to do for the next 5 years? Year one, what are the things I'm going to accomplish? Year two, what I'm going to accomplish? Whatever career choice that I have, who are the people that I need to network with and develop relationships with, so I can get to that point. If you want to be a principal, man, you might want to develop some big relationships with your assistant principals and your principals. If you want to be in real estate, you might want to develop some relationships with people who are real estate investors, people who are selling real estate, so you can get to know, that industry, so you can say, hey, here's the pathway that I'm taking, and I have individuals that's gonna, get me over to that area. Start deciding these things now. Don't wait until your senior year or after your senior year to say, hey, I want to, do some things. Figure those things out now so you can be successful. I oftentimes, tell the story of a guy I went to school with. His name is Theophilus Glover. We call him Opie for short. We literally picked at this dude's name for the entire time he was in high school. This guy's name is Opie. You can't get any funnier than that. I've been on the floor laughing at this guy. But one thing about Opie has said ever since elementary school that he wanted to be a pharmacist. It was something about his mother going to a little place called Jameson Pharmacy in Orangeburg, South Carolina, that inspired him. And he said this from elementary school to middle school. He developed a relationship with the pharmacist there, Dr. Jameson, to the point where he got in high school, he got a job working at the pharmacy. He was a delivery guy. He worked in the store. He cleaned up, he swept up the floors, and he helped stock the medicines and things of that nature. He did that all through high school. When it was time for him to go to college, he wasn't doing too well. He had a couple setbacks. And he came into the store one evening to pick up some things for his mom. And Dr. Jameson asked him, hey, what about your goal to become a pharmacist? How's that going? He said, Dr. Jameson is not going, too well on my grades. I'm falling behind in my grades. Did you know Dr. Jameson took him by the wing and say, look, you have to get your grades straight. You get your grades straight, I'm going to get you into Xavier Pharmacy School, and you will become a pharmacist. Opie got his grades straight. Dr. Jameson made some calls down to Xavier, got him into Xavier University. He spent 2.5 years down there in pharmacy school, graduated with honors. This man started out as a professor at the pharmacy school at Hampton University. Now he's the executive vice president of Takeda Pharmaceuticals. He currently makes over $300,000 a year plus bonuses. Now let me tell you a little something about Opie. Opie grew up on a little road called the Quinta Drive. It's a long dirt road in a single wide trailer. And in this trailer lived 8 other people besides him, for a total of 9 people. So if a person who lives in a single wide trailer with 9 other people on top of each other can build relationships, have the connection with a career choice, and actually maximize that career choice, he's an executive vice president of Takeda Pharmaceuticals, then you can do it too. Now, here's the interesting thing about Opie, Dr. Theophilus Glover. The interesting thing about him, he not only changed his life, he changed the trajectory for his entire family. The trajectory for his entire family. See, Opie has some little nieces and nephews who his sister also lived in that single wide trailer. And those nieces and nephews saw him actually become a pharmacist. And he has a niece by the name of Sinopia. All these crazy names I know, but he has a niece by the name of Sinopia. She too now is a pharmacist. About 2 years ago, she graduated from pharmacy school. So now you have someone who grew up on LaQuinta Drive, dirt road, single wide trailer with 9 other people, sisters, brothers, a single mom, his mama. He has a sister that has children who saw him become a pharmacist. One of those nieces and nephews also became a pharmacist. And I think there's another one that's planning to go to pharmacy school. So he not only changed his life, he's changed the trajectory of his entire family. Now you're talking about a guy from a single wide trailer who lives in Chicago, Illinois, who is a great friend of Barack Obama before Barack Obama became president. This guy has Barack Obama's personal telephone number on speed dial. This is all because he made the decision, he made the choice way back when he was in grade school to become a pharmacist. Then he built a connection with Dr. Jameson, with Jameson Pharmacy. And even through his trials and tribulations, he had people there to support him, to push him to his greatness. So that's all we asking you to do. The blueprint is there. All we ask you to do right now, build your foundation, handle your work in your classroom, decide now as a 9th grader what you want to do, because you're a Raider and Raiders are champions. We don't lose. And I mean, that just keep it. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. If you're a Keenan Raider, you handle business, we don't lose. We change the globe. So these are some words. We're going to continue this conversation, but make sure that you logged on tomorrow on Monday, 9 o'clock, prepared for class, prepared to participate. Congratulations, Raiders. We're getting started on an amazing journey. I'm glad to be a part of your success. And if you ever need me, any of our administrators, any of our teachers, remember, just communicate, because we truly are champions. Thank you, guys. Mr. Smith.
All right, all right. Thank you, Mr. Whaley, for that wonderful, wonderful speech. Right now, I'm going to share a short presentation with you. So the expectations, Mr. Whaley gave you all a short, brief version, but he's absolutely right. Okay, so starting on Monday, you all know that we will be virtual. So be prompt, right? Meaning that making sure you are on time for class and you are ready to learn. We will, your first class begins at 9 a.m. So you have some time. So Sunday night, don't go to bed too late. Make sure you are getting a good night's rest. Get up early enough so that you can get you a good breakfast and be prepared, right? Be respectful from the principal to your peers. Everyone in the Raider family is an intricate part of your success in learning. You need to have discipline. Respect your teacher when they are given instruction. Respect your peers as they are trying to learn. You yourself are trying to learn. Remember, this is school. This is not a social hour. This is not the time for you to play around. We are all here for a purpose, and that purpose is for you to get your education so that you can choose your pathway and to being a better person so that you can contribute to this world in a positive way. Be prepared. You cannot be successful in your learning if you do not have the required materials for class, have gotten a good night's rest, and have completed all the assignments and tasks asked of you by your teachers. Okay, so if your teacher tells you, hey, I need you to have pen and paper, I need you to have a folder with dividers, whatever they ask of you to do, you need to make sure that you have all of your materials and you are prepared. Okay, be engaged. I can't stress this enough with us being virtual. This is definitely not the most, this is not the way that we are used to, obviously, but being engaged is the best way to have an effective and meaningful learning, right? So you need to ask questions. If you do not understand something, you need to get involved in school, both in the classroom and extracurricular activities, right? If you are in an athlete, you need to make sure that you get your physicals, you get out there, try out for the team. If you like to dance, if you like to act, if you are a chorus, band, or orchestra, whatever your thing is, you need to make sure that you are engaged as your time as a Raider. I'm telling you, these 4 years go by super fast. So you need to make sure that you are learning. First and foremost, you are here to learn, right? Gain some insight on who you are and the next steps you need to take in order to become the best you that you can be, right? So right now, this is a schedule of phase one, and I want to explain it because I know some of you may have some questions, right? So starting on Monday, okay, as you can see, 9 to 10 is your first block class. So on your schedule where it says S1, 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 right? S1 and then 1P through 2P, that's your first block class. Okay, Keenan used to have A day, B day. We are now on a 4x4 schedule, meaning we have 4 classes, right, every day, 5 days a week. Okay, so 9 to 10 is your first block class, and it will be through this media here, Microsoft Teams. Okay, then we'll have a 30-minute break from 10 to 10:30. So if you need to use the restroom, it's really like a brain break. Okay, we don't want to have you all, just go straight through classes all day without any type of break, right? And it also gives the teachers some time to kind of decompress and get ready for the next class as well. And then at 10:30 through 11:30, you have your second block class, right? Then at 11:30 through 12:15, we have lunch. Then there's another 15-minute break, so to speak. Then we have from 12:30 to 1:30, you have your third block class. And then your fourth block class is from 2 to 3. Now, notice on Wednesday, it says Raider Intervention. This is the time period on Wednesdays if you have extra questions, if your teacher will schedule that time period for you, if you need tutoring, if there's something else, something that you missed the previous 2 days, then your teacher will be willing to give you that extra time that you need. Okay, so Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday are regularly scheduled class meeting days, and then Wednesdays again is known as Raider Intervention time, right? And then the blue part is for teachers to read, as you can see. So make sure that you are, again, prompt, prepared, right, engaged, and you're disciplined, right? That's going to be very vital in your success your freshman year. I'm telling you, your freshman year is your most critical year. If you aspire to go to college, your GPA foundation is your freshman year. You may have heard many times, it is hard for your GPA to rise, but it is so easy for it to fall. And that is the truth. If you do not have a great foundation, just like with a house, just like with anything that has a foundation, if your foundation is not strong and firm, your house will crumble. The same thing is with your GPA. If you start out with less than a 3.0, it is going to be very hard to graduate with higher than a 3.0. So you want to make sure that you are doing your absolute best your freshman year. It sets the tone for the rest of your high school career. It sets the precedence for the rest of your high school career.
Good morning, Raider family. I just want to take this time just to welcome you all again to WJ Keenan High School. And I know this is a weird way to welcome someone to a school with you being home. I got a chance to see many of your eager faces during registration, and you expressed to me that you couldn't wait to be a Raider. And I'd like to say to you, Mr. Whaley gave you so many good tips. But again, in your freshman year, it's time for you to start thinking about what you want to do in the next couple of years, especially when you graduate. So I also have a story. A friend of mine, Mark Haynes, I went to school with, and Mark early on started telling people he wanted to be a pilot. And we in high school, we didn't know anyone who were pilots. We thought it was far-fetched. We ridiculed Mark about wanting to fly, but he stuck with that. He stuck with every year you would talk to him. Mark still had his sights set on being a pilot. And to this day, when we have our reunions, we go and talk about that because Mark is a pilot. Mark works for Delta Airlines as a pilot and one of the few minority pilots that are employed there. So I say to you now, and I challenge each and every one of you to make that decision on what you want to do. You have time to change, but there's so much power in saying that I'm going to be a pilot, I'm going to be a teacher, a principal, a president. You never know what that momentum will drive you to do, and the people who will gravitate to you to assist you in your endeavor. So I challenge each and every one of you to be the best raider you possibly can be. I would like to say to you and your parents that you made a very great decision in choosing WJ Keenan High School as your high school. You had the choice. You could have followed some other program. You could have went to another high school, but you chose to be here, and your parents have entrusted us to take care of you. And I'd like to say about that freshman class teachers, that freshman academy, those freshman academy teachers are a very strong group, very caring group. Um, and you will definitely be successful if you follow what they tell you to do. So I am super ecstatic about this year. It's very different, but again, we will get through this. As Mr. Whaley has coined, a true raider will fight through anything. So again, I welcome you to WJ Keenan High School. I'm Mr. Montgomery, and I will be here to assist you with anything that you need. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery, for that. So right now, at this time, we're going to have Mrs. Wheeler have a presentation for you all.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to WJ Keenan High School. I am Mrs. Wheeler. I am one of the school counselors here, and I'm going to talk to you really briefly this morning about ninth grade and what the expectations are for graduation. So what do you need to know, class of 2024? Does ninth grade count? Absolutely. Ninth grade is your foundation year. Ninth grade is the year that you set yourself up to make sure that you graduate in 4 years, have the highest GPA you can, and that you achieve all of your expectations. So to be promoted to the 10th grade, you must have 1 credit of English, 1 credit of math, and 4 additional credits for a total of 6. Now keep in mind, every year you have the opportunity to earn 8 credits. So you can have more than 6 credits. You'll have 4 classes first semester and 4 classes second semester. Each year the promotion requirements do change, but to be promoted to the 10th grade, you must have 1 credit of English, 1 credit of math, and 4 additional credits. Now, every year you must pass English and math to be promoted to the next, no matter what. All right, so to achieve your high school diploma in 4 years, you must have 4 math credits, 4 English credits, 3 science credits, 3 social studies credits, 1 PE or ROTC credit, 1 computer science, 1 foreign language or CATE credit, 1 half credit of personal health, and 6.5 elective credits to total 24. Now, if you plan to go to a 4-year college, the requirements do change a bit, but we will talk to you more about those once we are able to meet face to face. Mr. Smith went over the virtual daily bell schedule, so I won't go over that. But guys, keep in mind that it is very important that you are logging on during your classes and keeping up with your work. I know it's a little different being at home. You may have a few more distractions than you would here, but please, please, please make sure that you have a workspace where you can concentrate and focus without distractions. Ways to make your high school years great. Make sure you always believe in yourself. Be around people who support you in positive ways. Recognize your strengths and talents. Make sure you set academic goals from day one. You must be organized since you are not here. Keep track of your grades and take responsibility for your grades. Have good attendance. Be able to adapt to different teachers. Be prepared for class. Participate in class. Treat others with respect and involve your parents. Here at WJ Keenan High School, you have 3 school counselors. If your last name begins with A through E, you have Ms. Humphrey. If your last name begins with F through MC, you have Mrs. Hassinger. And if your last name begins with ME through Z, you have myself, Mrs. Wheeler. I'll take any questions at the end of the session. I'm turning it back over to Mr. Smith.
Good morning to all of you, our WJ Keenan family. We welcome you, ninth graders. I wanted to speak to you, and I'll tell you my job title at the end, and that's intentional. I wanted to speak to you about things that go on in the school that parents and students that come in that may be concerned, such as safety. It is our job here at the school as a family, as a team. I work closely with the entire administrative staff and teachers to make sure that we're safe here on campus. We're here not to judge what your 8th grade year was like. We're here to bring you in as new up and coming freshmen with a new clean slate. And we want you to be comfortable here. My primary goal here is to keep you safe, keep the staff safe from inside and outside. I also work closely with Whaley to make sure that we deal with such things like gang awareness. Although that's not a problem in the school as far as activity, there are times that we notice certain things and we work closely to deal with those things on levels when it happens. I want to speak to you about bullying. Bullying is a very important thing, and I know you ninth graders may be tired of hearing these things just due to it being a big issue throughout your school year. Bullying is a very serious offense when it comes to crimes and law enforcement and discipline in the schools. I will be the guy, along with Mr. Whaley and others, that if you feel you're being bullied, you can come to me. I have an email, I have several emails. If you're not comfortable coming to me, go to your counselors. They will get with me. If you're not comfortable going to your counselors, you go to your parents, and they'll have a number where they can reach me on an email. I also wanted to talk to you about what types of bullying I'm talking about. You guys, we talk about each other, we laugh, we joke, we play these games. That's not bullying. Bullying is when someone is trying to take something from you, and if you don't give it to them, they threaten to hurt you or they threaten to jump you. Bullying is people constantly tugging on you, touching you, and then if you say something, they say they'll catch you and they'll beat you up, things of that nature. I think we're all old enough to know and understand what bullying. But I'll be here year round, every day, and we can talk about those things face to face. I want to make this as brief as I can. There's also a thing of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is as well, and you can get in a lot of trouble. Even texting someone, I want to catch that round, or I want to catch that fade, or we better not catch you outside. That's considered bullying. And let's be clear on this. If you do it in the neighborhood and it spills over in the school, it's just as if you started it here. And we're going to make sure we do everything, students and parents, to protect you from all of these things. I'm going to share my email with Mr. Smith, and I'll take questions up until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and answer them if I have to for parents and students that may be concerned coming into Keenan. Every person that works in the school is here for you and your family. The last thing I want to talk about is real simple. You might know now that I'm your SRO, School Resource Officer. I work for Richland County Schools. I also work for Richland County Sheriff Department. My job is to keep you guys safe, as I mentioned before. I'm not in uniform today because when you walk in this building, I want you to see Michael Street, not Deputy Michael Street. A lot of times, these strained relationships we have with law enforcement and our families and our neighborhoods and our students are strained because of a few bad people. I ask that you not judge me by my uniform, but judge me by my ethics and how I treat you, the way I view you, and the questions I try to answer. And if I don't have it, I have a great staff here that I can go to. And if they can't answer it, I have staff outside. We're going to keep you safe as best as I can and as we can, inside and outside. If there are problems, again, that spill over from the neighborhood, we will deal with it accordingly. Again, my name is Deputy Michael Street with the Richland County Sheriff's Department. I will leave you my email. Mr. Smith will give you my email. I have 2, and he will give you my cell, and I answer it. It's always with me. I'm on call 24 hours a day. So I'm excited to meet you all. I'm excited to laugh, joke, play, and dance. And hopefully I can change the narrative with you of the difference between law enforcement that is actually in the community, that care about you, as opposed to those who make those serious and tragic mistakes. My job here as the SRO is to be an educator, a counselor, so I don't mind talking to you. I don't mind teaching you things. We'll talk about gang awareness and things of that nature. And my last job is for me to be law enforcement. And that's when you'll meet Deputy Street. And I hope that we never meet Deputy Street. That's why I introduced myself as Michael Street, and I'm out of uniform. Congratulations and good luck on Monday.
Hello, class of 2024. My name is Avira Cornelius, and I'm the school social worker at Keenan High School. My role as your school social worker is to help ensure that you have the supports that you may need in order to be successful throughout your high school career. As freshmen, I encourage you to begin your high school journey with a positive mindset and the determination to succeed. One of the most important pathways to student success is to be present for school every day and present for every class. The South Carolina school attendance law states that if a student misses 3 unexcused days in a row or 5 unexcused days throughout the school year, then you're a truant and therefore you're breaking that law. School is virtual right now, however, that law still applies. And like with any law, if you break that law, you may end up in court. I know this isn't how you intended to begin your freshman year, and I know that there will be challenges. However, I believe in you even before getting to know you, and I feel certain that you are up for the challenge. School attendance matters because your future matters. Welcome to Keenan Champion Raiders, and have a great year.
Good morning, everyone. Children, I'm Miss Garner. I'm a 9th grade math teacher, and pretty much everything I wanted to say has already been covered by the administrators, but I do want to reinforce and piggyback that, I'm excited to go on this new journey with you. I'm nervous just like you are, and I think that together we will, go through this journey together, be very successful. The one thing I do want to let you know is that make sure that you log in on time, stay the entire time until your teacher dismissed the class. Again, just like the other gentleman said, make sure that you participate, ask questions, communicate with your teachers. Through Teams, we do have an email option and a text option, which we call the chat option. So you can chat whole group, or you can send personal messages to your teachers, just like you can do text messaging. If you ever need me for anything, you can communicate. It's 24 hours. I can give you feedback anytime that you need it. So make sure that you take notes, have a notebook. Like Ms. Wheeler said, be organized, ask questions, write down your examples, participate. All of these things are important to be successful, especially in math. Math is very detailed, and you don't have to worry about it because we're here to support you in any way that you need us. Okay, again, I'm Ms. Garner. Thank you.
Ms. Yonting.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Miss Yonting. So as you see, I have different accent because I was raised in the Philippines. So if you think I'm making too fast, I'm being too fast, just let me know. And you need to inform me because if not, I'll just go on. So as what everybody said, you need to be on time, you need to be prepared, and you need to participate. So our role is just to help you. We cannot help you if you don't help yourself. So as what the saying the saying goes, success doesn't come to you, you go to it. So again, I'm Mrs. Yonting. I'm a math teacher. So those who will be taking math seminar will be with me and Miss Garner and Miss Blue for this year. Welcome to Keenan.
Thank you, Ms. Yonting. Mrs. Wheeler would like to come back and share a few more words.
All right. Good morning again, everyone. I just wanted you all to be able to put a face with the voice. Once again, I am Mrs. Wheeler. I'm one of the counselors here. But I also wanted to tell you guys that if you have any questions, you can email us. If it's about your schedule, you can still email us. I can't promise that your schedule will be changed, but if we can, we will do everything in our power to do so. Also, if you have any questions, you can't get in contact with your teachers, administrators, please email us. We also have a Google Voice number. Each counselor has a number. You can text us, you can call us. Just be mindful of the time that you're texting and calling, because if it's too late, we're not going to respond to the following day. However, the Google Voice number is listed on the school's website. So if you go on there and you click on School Counseling Department, you will find our email and our Google Voice number. But we are here for you, whether it's about your schoolwork, something's going on at home, you just really need to talk to someone, please reach out to us. That's why we are here. Thank you.
So again, if you have any questions, again, I am Mrs. Smith, your 9th grade administrator. Welcome to WJ Keenan. We're so excited for you to begin on Monday. I know we're all a bit nervous, but listen, this is the way of the world now. We will get through it. I am a firm believer in, we can achieve anything if we put our minds to it. And I believe in young people. I believe in the teachers that you have. I know that they are very caring, they are very loving, and they want for you to be successful. And that is great to have a support system that cares about you. You have to realize that not every student gets that, right? So make sure that you take advantage of the teachers that you have, as far as taking advantage of their knowledge that they give you, taking advantage of the resources that they give you, because they care about you deeply and they want the best for you. And we do as well as a staff and faculty at WJ Keenan High School. So we thank you so much. If your parents have any questions, please tell them. Don't hesitate to email me. Again, I am the administrator for you, and I will be servicing you any way that I can. And I pride myself in servitude. So thank you so much. This concludes freshman orientation for 2024, for the class of 2024. We look forward to talking with you more, and we will check up on you on Monday. Everyone have a great weekend. Please be safe.